Well, we've been talking about American homeowners having over 2 trillion in equity wrapped up into their homes. So I'm anxious to see if this article says something different or updates those numbers. So we'll see. That's the number we've been using since last year. Americans have had 2 trillion in their homes.
Yeah, so homeowners are $1 trillion richer thanks to the Rona-driven housing boom. So this
Interesting.
one
So does this mean that they now have 3 million or 3 trillion in equity around the US?
Yeah, does it add a trillion,
That's what I want
or
to know.
when did they start tracking the numbers? You know what I mean? When? But
That's my big question.
So this is from CNBC. So as prices rise, home equity multiplies. It's kind of a nice little rhyme to start the article off there. In the past year, homeowners with mortgages representing about 63% of all properties have seen their equity increase by 10%, almost 10.8%, according to CoreLogic. That equates to a collective $1 trillion in gained equity, or an average of $17,000 per homeowner, the largest equity gain in more than 6 years. Homeowners in some states saw greater equity gains than others. States with the hottest home prices saw the biggest gains. In Washington State, homeowners banked an average of $35,000. In California, they gained $34,000. So there's a reason to move to California. If you've owned a home over the last year in California, you've made $35,000.
That's pretty huge.
Yeah, it's a big deal. And that's, by the way, an average. And in Massachusetts, an average of 31 grand. However, homeowners in North Dakota, which was particularly hit hard by the Rona, they saw the lowest annual equity, but still a gain of 5,400. But still a gain, though, even though modest. This is a quote from Frank Nothift. He is the chief economist at CoreLogic. Over the past year, strong home price growth has created a record level of home equity for homeowners. The average family with a home mortgage loan had $194,000 in home equity in the third quarter. That's pretty rad. Like, talk about being able to sell your home, buy another one, and still have a rainy day fund. That's kind of cool.
That's yeah.
This provides an important buffer to protect families if they experience financial difficulties. And I think this is a very important point that he makes. So it has contributed to historically low foreclosure rates, although part of that is also due to the mortgage forbearance programs put in place at the start of the Rona. Still, it will help those buyers who are struggling most and may not be able to keep their homes. They can still sell into the market and potentially still make the profit. So to me, that's interesting. That's where, in my opinion, or my prediction would be, it would avoid kind of the foreclosures because you still have equity. You just can't afford the home right now. And they could still sell and then, have the money, have their equity. That what is it, Ray? 194,000 in home equity. Go take that, and then that's what you live off until the economy comes back and you can get your job back or get a new job or whatever and get more stabilized.
And this I'm going to address in that video I was telling you about at the start of the show, where I'm going to talk about how the United States melts down in historical home failures due to the Rona.
Right.
But that all depends on if we actually shut down again. If we shut down again, then that creates a situation in which someone needs to sell, but buyers can't get the money because the banks are probably not going to be as loose with it, not going to give it to them. So there's fewer buyers in the market. So those price gains will go down. The question is, will it go down to suck the equity that everyone's just gained in this last year? I don't know that. If it does,
it has to go 194,000. That's the equity they have on average right now.
That's huge. But if banks aren't giving money out because they don't know what's going to happen, and the job situation gets worse, and we hit the 10 to 20% unemployment figure, that's going to be bad news. There's a cattail right in the middle of So if you recall, we were up to 14.5% unemployment in, what was it, April or something?
When it all started,
whenever everyone got forburned, and then all the layoffs started happening around in companies across the U.S. Now, last time I checked, it was 4.6 or 4.7, or I'm sorry, 6.7% unemployment rate, which is only like 0.5% above what they would consider almost full employment. So the jobs number is the number to watch. The shutdown is the thing to watch to know if we are going to have a total destroyed housing market, or if homes are going to be fine and people are going to be able to cash in that equity, do whatever they want, buy a bigger house, go on more vacations, rent a place, whatever.
Well, and by the way, can I ask this question? This far into the Rona, this far into companies having to adjust and have their employees either work in safer conditions at a physical office or factory or work from home, this far into it, don't you think they've made their adjustments? Like, can we predict all of a sudden big numbers in, or that unemployment number to go up again, to spike? Can we really predict that? I don't think so.
I think people are going to have to stay tuned for our show on the 30th to get the full breadth of our predictions, in which Clayton Fernando Strim's going to join us. We're going to have Marley Presswood on the show. Lindsay Emerson is going to be on there. And then
someone else, but I can't remember.
What is that other guy?
Well, Ray and I will be there. And then can you guys comment down below who else is going to be on the show? You guys know.
Tag that other guy.
Tom Ferry's going to be on the show.
No, I wish. Mitt Tacey? Is it Mitt Tacey? I think it's Mitt Tacey.
Mitt Tacey. He's also a quarterback in the NFL.
He's going to join us too. So, and we're going to get into the predictions. We're also going to look up the predictions from last year. And we're talking about who is right, who is wrong, what we predicted, and then get into our predictions coming up. We're going to talk about mortgage rate predictions, home sales predictions. So we have a little bit of research to do between now and then, but I'm super excited about it. It will be our post-Christmas, pre-New Year's prediction special extravaganza.
And variety show.
There you go. And variety show. Howard Everybody said, Tim. Hashtag white boxing dude, Tim. That guy. Yes, that guy. He's going to join us.
Tim Macy. Gosh, I just talked to him on the phone the other day. How can I forget his name? So weird.